Hello, everyone. Welcome to the second month where we're going to have a quick mentoring online. And I'm going to pick up every time when we meet, which is going to be for another 2 times. So we're going to do another session in about a month, the third Thursday of each month. Um, I'm going to pick up a subject based on the requests that I get from you. So whatever is the most common thread and whatever you ask me the most, that's what I'm going to pick up to talk about it. So you have a chance to do this again in September and in October. However, the September date, I think, is going to change a little bit because I'm going to be out of town, so I will need to make the updates online, so you'll be notified when that happens. Okay. But let's just get started with what I had in mind for today. So today I want to talk about the social media, and I'm doing this because it's so misunderstood. It's so hard to reach for so many people. They think it's something too complex, and when in fact it's not quite that. So I want to put you at ease a little bit. So what you could do with this social media, what you need to know, the three main ideas will be that there is much more to engage your audience. You have to know how to engage. That if you get that, that's the best part that you could focus on. Thinking about that, you need to engage the audience first. But also, you're gonna have some tips that I'm gonna give you today, just to give you a good start on it. And you also need to know that there is a learning process in which you're going to find more about your target audience by a trial and error. So you'll never know what you're going to discover about your target audience that's going to surprise you. So the more you can stay in touch, the more you open yourself to conversations with them, the more you're going to find out and the more you're going to be able to help them. So let's go back to the first few tips that I was listing in my earlier post. So let's go straight to the number one, and it was the optimizing your profile page. And I think this is very critical, because if the page is not optimized, it's going to be confusing, and the search engine, as you know, is not going to pull it up very quickly. People are used already to use the search box, and they're going to look for keywords that will need to be something that you're doing. I'm not going to give you an example because I don't know exactly what you're doing, but I'm going to just walk you through some of the tips, and you can apply and make a note for what that's going to look like in your business. So creating the page, it's something that you're going to, when you do that, you want to make sure it's going to be conducive to an engagement. The visitors have to figure out, pretty much understand right away when they're in your first glance on your page who you are and what exactly you're doing for them. And it's important to explain further what you do as a benefit to others. So if you think about creating like a quick bio, just make sure you talk more about the benefits than what degrees you have or things that you can bring on the table, because that, although those are very critical, I think if you start seeing that you talk about benefits, people will get to connect much faster with you, because it's normal, right? People are looking for something that they need, and if they can find that in the first few seconds that they give you the attention, then they're going to get hooked and talk to you about, read more and get more engaged with you. And after the engagement, you're going to have eventually a way to connect. So let's look at some other, choose few things that you are also important facts and highlight them. What is the most, if you can just have think about that elevator pitch, what are the 3 things that you want to tell someone that you can use in the same manner? If you have 10 seconds to present yourself in a meeting, what is that you're going to say? What are the key elements that you want to bring out about yourself in that audience? then do it exactly the same on your profile. Shouldn't be any different, yeah? Emphasize the good things that customers have to say about you, because sometimes you're going to be discovering that the way you think about yourselves, it's great that you know yourself, but sometimes people are going to surprise us, and hopefully in a positive way, and will say things about you that you can even highlight and just say, this is what I'm known for, or this is how I'm seen by others. And that's also important, if you can emphasize that, good things that the people say about you, right? Be creative and original. Don't copy necessary. You can copy the strategy, but find out tactics in a way to be different. Or make sure you bring yourself to the table. We're all unique. We all have different things that we should not hide, I would say. So you see, I'm here for you. I love what I do, but at the same time, I have an accent that might not be clear to everyone when I talk, or who knows what's going to happen, right? So, but this is who I am, and I'm not going to hide any part of it. I'm not going to do a voice over my videos or anything like that. So tell visitors what you do, but to stand out from a different pages. So think about, if people are looking at you, what is that you want to do that's different, that people are going to stand out. Look at other profiles and see what you like and what you don't. Okay, put yourself in the shoes of those customers that you want to serve, and analyze what fits best with your own personality, and also look at what is that you want to set yourself apart when you look at those pages. All right, the key number 2 was focusing on your audience. I can't emphasize this enough. It's always keep everything that you say, that you do, all your activity focused on your audience and not on yourself. It's important to frame the presence in a way that speaks to them. So the more you know about them, the more you're going to be able to do that. Focus on benefits that you offer as much as possible. Again, it's the common thread. If you don't leave with anything from today but this, and you take what I call a week challenge of speaking in benefits, just benefits, not anything else. Will be a benefit that you work with me? What will be a benefit if you get to meet me? What will be a benefit if I can do something for you, right? That's what you're going to talk about, not about you necessarily. Focus on also understand them better by asking questions. Ask questions that are also their opinion on things. Ask feedback. Present problems and asking them to discuss their solutions. So involve them. In other words, get them to be involved in what you're doing there on that social media presence that you have. Presenting problems and asking them to discuss the solutions is going to create for you an opening of helping, asking for help, or just invite them to comment on certain things. You're going to tap into one of the most important needs that most of the humans have, right? Most of the people have, and that is the common need for us to contribute. So when you invite somebody, then that's going to be a good way to engage with you, and you'll see who's going to be engaging with you or who's not. So that's also helping you, serving you in many ways, and one of which could be to keep you away from people who don't want to solve the same problem like you do, or don't want to be involved in the same issue. So be open about that. Get them to have valuable feedback. Okay, you'll also be able to include that and thank them for it. Create an authentic relationship to help them engage, and make sure you share their content and give them a praise that they are deserving. So let's look at the quality over quantity. That's the key number 3. And what I mean the quality over quantity is very important, because most of the people, yes, it's true. search engines and optimization, SEO is going to look for new content. But if you put new content that it's not what your target audience will necessarily connect with, they're not going to pay attention to you. So you want to make sure that you look at the quality. You better look at the sequence that you can produce this content, and say I would rather post 3 great posts a week rather than 5 or 7, which are not going to be the right quality in serving the people that I think I want to connect with. That's what I mean, right? So you want to work a little bit about giving them what they need. Focus on posting valuable content to just increase the engagement, but also think about the importance and the relevance to your audience. They will interact with this content, and if they don't feel like it's not relevant and helpful, they're not going to pay more attention to you next time. Quality content is also helpful because it solves problems and answers questions. That's what I mean when I say that, right? So it's also look for to simplify some kind of, it can be also, don't stay too much on a topic, but also be simply and also entertaining. Okay, just choose whatever it fits your personality again when you address those things online. Quality is not large, okay, it's not synonymous with something on a length of a video. It could be quick videos that are very well done and very to the point. And I would love that short and easy to digest is where you could go and you should shoot for. Okay. Quality is also measured by the results that you can provide with applying what you're supporting or giving them tangible results. You could also look at duplicate this kind of stuff in the future by putting a different twist. So if you create a piece of content that has many items and many ideas, you can just choose to share it all and then highlight in one time and then come back and highlight another things, add to it like you add to building almost a mind map with different things that you want to zoom into it, and then take yourselves out and then come back in a different area and show the connections. So key number 4 is be positive. I can say again, this is one of the things that I love, and I can emphasize it enough. I'm not turned on by those negative kind of emotions. I do believe, I know marketing is kind of pushing us to talk about the negative piece because people are paying more attention to that. But I think we've seen enough movement towards, let's be positive. Let's find a way to solve something. Don't be negative. Don't just talk about the scarcity and making people to act on a stressful situation. And I say that to all my heart because you heard me in the past, I love to understand how our brain works, and I know that if somebody's going to be too pushy to me, it's gonna push me in a way that they want me to do a certain things, I will not do it. And it's just happened to me recently when I just felt it's way too much. I can't be sold in anything, even that would be the best thing for me. I can't take it anymore because it's too coming with too much of a negative emotions or an energy that puts me into a stressful situation. And you, if you watch yourself, you feel that you don't want to be stressful. We want to not act and work or talk or be with someone who's creating this oxytocin all day long to us, right? Cortisol, I'm sorry, we don't want that. The cortisol is triggered when we are really scared or we're getting annoyed or nervous. We don't want that. I think, to me, we want to look at how can we get more oxytocin? How can we get that more of a green ring, not a red one, right? So get yourself in a position when you see what is this environment that you're putting out also on your page is going to attract the right kind of people. And if you like to have positive people around you, just continue to be positive. So one negative comment could blow apart the entire brand image. So stay positive. If you're getting too upset, just walk away and come back later, okay? Come back later. Some of those, the brands must be also, look at the brand and to be consistent and describing your much character of who you are as well. So some of the guidance to stay consistent could be that you don't say anything negative about people or complaints. Focus on helping other people. Focus on emphasizing the positive emotions. Think before you post something. Don't go quickly with the emotion. Consider the effect that your writing may have on others, and ask yourself, is this something useful? Is this something that they need to know? Is this something that is going to make a positive impact? And also give good credit to those that are when it's due. So whenever you see that somebody is encouraging and helps your brand continuation of it, it kind of becomes your follower almost. And when I say follower, I don't mean like technically when you click on follow someone on Instagram or Facebook, but follow with the entire heart. They love what you do, and then they become your first follower in that sense that they will be there for you to do what you want to do, and you can rely on them. And that's important. That's what you're going to look for. So the term of following is not just looking for something just to see what's happening, like you are in a show, watching a show. You want followers who are going to join you in creating whatever is that impact that you are about to create. Find positive role models and watch how they interact, and keep them, bring them, engage them, invite them into the conversation. All right, and the last thing, the key number 5 that we talked about it, and it was listed that we will go over today, it was to use your authentic voice. So in that one, I can say that is that don't use the language that is too stiff. Be casual, be friendly, keep it formal speech, but on your articles, on your websites, but avoid technical language. And I know for me, sometimes I find that that's a little bit hard, but it's not possible. Okay, I also find that if I rather stop and think what I want to say and continue to add the right word in the sentence, it makes a big difference. And even what also helps me a lot is when I have a technical term that I don't know how to describe it, I look for analogies. And I look at the audience or the other person that's in front of me. I can find, if I know as much as I should know about them, I will be able to go back and discuss about, relate. Find an example that will relate to them. I can do that very easily, right? I can just ask them, what is that you like? What is that you're familiar with? And then I can explain my term, which can be technical, in that world with the right words. Okay, and then try to avoid also to be someone that you're not. That is very tough to see, and people are going to sense that so fast. It's unbelievable. Just admit when you're failing or you don't know how to do certain things. No, explain what you're good at, what your zone of genius is, but also tell, okay, this is totally not me. Okay, and you'll find about that. That if you keep asking yourself, is this really me? Is this what I'm doing right now really me? Yes, it is. This is me. I love doing this, right? In this way. But it's also important in creating the relationship. Authenticity is going to create that bond to whoever it's needed for me to have the bond. Not with everyone, I know that, and I'm not even try to be the person for everyone, because I know I can't do that. So go back to also, don't be overly promotional. It's so annoying. It's so annoying to get someone to push something to you too many times. And you got it. People are smart. You told them that what you can solve. Let them think about it. If you knew how to push the right hot buttons, if you get a chance to listen long enough, to find that person and be curious to find what exactly is that person, what's their need. And it shouldn't be the need that you have to push something to them, to sell them something. No, just give that away if you're genuinely looking for what is that this person really needs. Because I find that sometimes I find myself into this situation. It's not you, it's not me who you need, or I know somebody else who can help you better, or I thought that I could help with something, but I'm discovering that I might not be the right person. And I should tell you that. I should be so open and say, by the way, before we start all this, I have to pause and I want to tell you what I think. I think for where you are in the situation right now, where you are right now into your whatever journey that you are in, or timing. If there is not a timing, it might not be me that I would like to provide you with this help. I can give you what I know, or I can give you a good relationship that I have with somebody else that I can introduce you to help you even better. So if that, my goal is always to find a way to solve your problem, the most important problem that you have, I'm going to be able to do that. I should take my time and really figure that out. And don't call you again and say, I'm coming here to follow up again with you on what we just discussed. Are you ready to move on with that? No, I will not do that, because I actually, I don't know, I could say suck at following up, which may not be too good for me in my business. But in the same time, I hate to go and I think if I done my job right to see if that person really needs me, they would be interested to follow up with me. And it would be just about timing when we say, okay, I was so busy doing something. I'm glad that we now connected somehow. Again, reconnected, right? But not following up in that manner where, are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Okay, I think you got enough from that. So I'm not going to say anything. Let's continue quickly because my battery will die in a second. Two more things. See how their personalities come through. Nobody is bombarding you with endless promotional and deals and offers. So yes, spend some time looking at the successful brands you like on the social media, and just do something that it feels good, that you want to be done to you.